Okay, quick look through Thursday's end of day closing screens. I don't know where the week's gone this week. So we've just taken the lows out again. Q's has just about held the lows, hasn't it? We'll test to the lows there. Technology trying to sort of hold up. Still no swing point yet. Levels to watch are still up here, you know, this level through here. Obviously today we've got lower lows, so we've got a swing level around here, but yep, we plod on. Keep watching those leading stocks, especially in the US. Got a bit done in the website today, so let me just, got a couple of questions here. I'm not sure the best way to go. Because I've got this sort of technicals, fundamentals, and in the sort of modules, I'm wondering whether to just bring the technical course onto this page and then just leave these extra modules sort of in there. So the technical course is here, obviously. I'm just wondering whether to just, you know, move it into the building methodology, stock selection, technicals, whether just to move it in that area there. The base page could probably be this page with all the all this on it, couldn't it? So if anyone's got any ideas on that, what they think, would that be a pretty, is it better to just keep this technical course separate, or is that a little bit more tidy being in the same area? I've changed that to just building a method rather than new member journey. I've just called it building methodology because it's got a little bit of everything in. But yeah, I think it's kind of coming along a bit. Stock selection, trade management, that was it. Yeah, so I did this morning. I'm trying to highlight it's a little bit hard, this, because stuff what is related to primary trend is going to be kind of related to secondary trend as well, you know, in a lot of ways. So it is a little bit hard sort of thinking how I'm going to do that. I don't know what this video is. I can't remember that one. Tapica changed its name how many times, didn't it? But we've probably talked about the end in the trend on that one. Lost me a few followers, didn't it? As it always does. So yeah, answers on the postcard. If you think that would tidy things up a bit more, or whether I keep it separate as the technical course. It depends how, I suppose it depends how much stuff I can find on that last members page, what can be pushed into that area. But it is a bit weird having things in two different spaces, but I could just keep the technicals course there and just copy that page with all the links on. You know, I could do that quite easily. That might be the way to go, to be honest. Right, let's just buzz through these. I just want to have a look at a few markets here. Bitcoin, don't know what it's doing today. Probably looks like it's pulling in again. TLT, dollar bull coming in. Pound strong against the dollar. Into commodity. Yeah, gold's just punched through. We've got a big level on gold here. Big round number up above here. See if it wants to cut through it. All levels are there to be broken. But yeah, what else was I going to look at? I'll just quickly go through these markets. Cheers, James, Sound Vision. Transports. Let's get the big gun on there so we can just watch these levels. Should be on the bigger page, really. Industrials. S&P 500. What are we on there? We're over 10% now, yeah. Correction posted. Nasdaq 100. Correction posted. Russell. DAX. Highs. FTSE 100 back to mean trend. You know, we knew it was coming. It was just a matter of time. It always is. 250, just lows of that. This, you know, lows of the area for the last how long? Small caps. Name. Why has the cat got the same number? Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. That's my and the aim down on the lows. Look at that. Yeah, it's been a long old slog on the aim mark, hasn't it? Anyway, I'll quickly buzz through these, see what gapped up today. I think I've done it already. Did I do a video this morning? I don't know. I nipped out today, so. You're drawing a load of money out at the bank. You know, you had to draw £6,000 out today in cash, and you stood there and there's loads of people behind because the cash machine was broken. So you got loads of people in the queue behind. So you're trying to be a bit quiet about your business, you know, because it was in Buxton and it's some dodgy characters around. But and then she's quiet, the woman, all the way through, and then it gets to handing the money over, and she just shouts it out loud to everyone in the whole bank. I'm like, crikey, it's unbelievable. Everyone's like, he's got a lot of cash out of the bank. Yeah, looking over our shoulder on the way back to the car. Right. These are the closing highs. We've only got 22. So aerospace cohorts. Toro. I'll punch this way. I've got, oh no, it's investment trusts. Sorry. Not much to see on there today. That's how they're meant to work. I get a feeling there might be a few on the swing points though today. Because it's not been the worst day's action, has it? Oh, there's not, mate. 28. In order of sector. Avon. So it's a contract, isn't it? Yeah, obviously your defense stocks. This is one of them. Yeah, you know, we've got swing point here, right side of a base. When we do the time kind of thing, did that wrong, didn't I? The little hack I usually do. Crikey. Let me try that again. I could have used anything. Should have just measured it my own normal way. Yeah, as I always say, you know, this is the middle of the base. You know, you can a half measure, a swing point in the half measure is usually a better area to see it. You know, It's just, you know, done a little bit. It's not an exact rule, but it's just a rule I like to see. And I would, you know, I could have said that right here, you know, this thing drifted off forever and a day following that. It did have a good move off the lows though, didn't it? You know, 100%. You got to see a base around there, haven't you? Yeah, so I kind of see it. Let's just punch it in again. we had the swing point here, so that's a first retrace, and it went to highs and it's just drifted off again. Now it's mutating into mid-cap low flow. Got a bit of debt by the looks of it. You'd have to go and look into that. I've already drawn a swing point there after it gapped up, haven't I? Or did I draw it for this one here? Must have. Can't remember. So yeah, I totally see it. You know, if the market's going to keep drifting, this isn't going to make all-time highs, is it? Unless it does it on its own steam, you know. If they want to let them trend, buying too many base cheats. I know this is still a first pullback, but when it comes to stuff like, if you buy too many of them, you got to, well, I've got to be careful about overloading my account, and the market just doesn't, you know. Is that the best idea I've got? I don't know, you know. It's one of the more expensive ones. But I see it. It's still in the watch list, I think. But investment trust. The investment trusts. And this Ramsden's, it's one I don't like, you know, it's pawnbroker, so it's never traded nicely. People always say, oh yeah, gold Ramsden's, but you know, it's not exactly mining it out of the ground, is it? It's cutting the spread. Slicing the spread. And I went and had a look at the price of silver that day. Yeah, we're in precious metals here, so we're into the risky end now. SRB, obviously, you know, I know a lot of people here have this one. The leader, definitely the leader. Still the leader, isn't it? Gold ones. Oh, Matt said was it HLC popped as well, didn't it, the other week? So potential passing of the baton, I think Matt was saying, but yeah, I mean, it's really hard to sort of argue with that, isn't it? Fantastic. How many gold stocks can you own? So that's what's in there. I'll just quickly have a look at the end of day as well. SRB. I posted the charts on the Twitter today. CHRT, cohort, LTG. Well, that didn't work, did it? LTG. Only technology. Oh yeah, moving on. WPM. KYGA. YGA HUW. Awful screening session. Here's what it is. Anybody got anything they'd like to have a look at? I'm just going to quickly look at the GTRS and let me just SRB there. HRT LTG needs deleting, that one, doesn't it? WPM GA food producers. Has that one changed its name? KYGA. Where's it gone? Avon down there. GFJ. Yeah, not much to see today. 21 still reading on the fear and greed here. Let's just bring over the sector dash as well. Let's see what's leading there. Telecommunications, financials, consumer staples, industrials. You know, that's not a bearish looking. That's not a bearish looking sector list, is it? Utilities on their ass, energy on its ass, healthcare. You know, not that we've got much technology in, you know, the UK, but yeah, that's not a bearish looking sector. So, and then if we could just go back to these sectors here, they were super sectors obviously on the other list. Ignore that. I've got an issue with this share scope. Change the names of some things, but we go from this one down. Tobacco, aerospace. That's because we've only got two and they're both in the trend, you know. Aerospace and defense, banks, services. Yeah. And then we go to the index dash. A little bit of a bounce actually the last day or so. I can't remember if we. I thought we were a bit lower than that. This is the dynamic one, obviously. No, maybe it's just not moved. Yeah. Secondary trend getting mixed on a lot of these, obviously. Correction bull. It's getting stretched, isn't it? It's getting stretched for, you know, the bull case is getting stretched. But it is just a correction. It is what it is. Okay. Any more thoughts on overloading with base cheats? Well, yeah, you know, you got to remember with base cheats, they don't have a base cheat is basically something what doesn't have any support. You know, a first pullback to a base has the support of the base. So, you know, what was resistance becomes support. So first pullbacks are always going to be that they're the ones what we should be. You know, I've got a few of the US ones I went through the other day. That kind of stuff is what you should be looking at. The best of the best, especially in the US tech space, the best of the best you can find, and just see how they're acting. You know, we got you don't want to see this a gap up through the swing point, because usually it's hard to sustain that across the board. You want to see them. I mean, a nice test of these, if they held and then a plough higher, trade through the levels rather than gap through the levels would be better to see on some of these better setups. The trouble is, the old leaders are kind of, I mean, this went on a storming run, and it's hard to look at this one, and you know, it would be hard for me to think about getting him on board. I'm more of a swing trader in the US for obvious reasons, but because the costs involved with flipping money around all the time. But yeah, we got the gap up in all of these, so you get a little swing kicker builds on these, and it holds the low, and there will be the mother of all short covering rallies at some point anyway. There always is. Once everyone's short, the market just likes to, even if it's going lower, the market will knock everyone out, won't it? But yeah, I mean, but buying base cheats is a little, loading up on base cheats is like loading up on POSs. It's a cheat for a reason. But there is one thing, you can buy two base cheats for the price of one breakout, can't you? Because basically you can go in with your half risk. I can anyway, personally. So that's my thoughts on that. And the one I took today, what's it called again? Classic, calculated total punt, as we call it. Where's my channel? GNIB, that's the one, isn't it? I'm looking at something what can walk to the beat of its own drum. Once this thing will be volatile, and you can see that if you're throwing it in a position sizing spreadsheet, straight away you'll realise it's volatile. But the good thing about stuff like this is they don't get whipped around by the market. They're either going up or they're not going up, and they're going to do it sort of on their own sort of little bit of steam. So this thing could be bumbling around, taking the lows out tomorrow. The worst thing you can do, I'll just say it again, the worst thing you can do on these things, if you follow me into them and then basically be changing your mind all the time, and just the way I do it, I know where I'm wrong below here, and I can do it on a closing basis as well. And if you're climbing over everyone just trying to be cute on these things, it's going to be the hardest way to do business in the markets when you're trading small caps, thin, low float stocks. It's easy to make decisions if you're out of the noise. But yeah, I mean that's I've been watching this one. I put a baseline on it, and it's just pulled back to mean trend, just drift and roll over and die. I'll show you Lake, actually. Lake House. What can happen to a share? I'm pretty sure the let me just view historical shares. Why is it not there? Hang on a minute, I'll click on all, just see if it comes up on all. Maybe it changed its name before it went. Yeah, it's not there anymore. Don't know why. Yeah. Scratch that idea. Yeah, just you know, newer members. Having a bad day here. Try that again. Yeah, members. I share a lot of this stuff. There's quite a few of us in this group who trade IPOs, and the good thing about IPOs, if you've got, I tend to just shy away from them until I've got a few months action. I want to be able to see some action, and I suppose we can go over to ARM, can't we? Because I know some of you traded the ARM one. I like to see a bit of action, and this is more common actually to see them drift down and then build an area. And this one's still risky, but it worked out fine for those who took it. And yeah, look how volatile ARM is. It's just it's a hard long-term hold, but what you tend to get with IPOs, 90% of them roll over and die. Never trade a 52-week high after they actually first list. The ones what do survive, usually out of the other 10%, the ones what do survive, 9 of them just go off on a drifty journey, and you don't see them for a year, 2 years, and then all of a sudden they sort themselves out. Go and have a look at Facebook. And then the occasional ones, build a little base, and they just go on this sort of ripping sort of IPO run. And that was a pretty good one. I'll just, I'm in the wrong market here. What was Meta? Can't remember anything tonight. So the Meta IPO, it just this is so common. They just drift off into the distance. That's 6-month highs. This is 52-week highs, and then all of a sudden, I mean, we saw a little base here, didn't we? And it would have, it would have stuck. It kind of stuck, but you had to sit through all that to get there. But it's what you call a base under trend. But this thing just did a pro gap actually. I think I was thinking of something else for a better ride. A better one. And this, you can go to something like Fever Tree in the UK, and this is the rarer one. What basically 52-week highs. It has a little bit of a move out, and it just you got a nice little ledge here, and a clean break and a clean pullback, and off it went on its journey. It was so illiquid. But the beauty of the IPO is, you're wrong here. You know exactly where you're wrong, so you're wrong and you're long, and it's that simple. But out of 20 IPOs, maybe one or two will actually trade these levels. It's few and far between what hold up, and even less than that will trade that level and actually have some be profitable or whatever. You got to remember that companies IPO basically to raise money, don't they? So I can't think of any more off my head. I remember trading. I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was this one actually. No, it wasn't this one. I'm trying to think of one of the Oilers. Can't remember. One of the other Oilers. I think it might be in the website as well. Like I just traded like a momentum swing out of the IPO base. I've done it. I used to trade these a lot more, but log scale on again. Used to trade them quite a lot actually. But the fact is that we just haven't seen many for quite some time. The IPO market's been absolutely dead. Even in the US, it's dead, isn't it? But I can't even think of the last time someone mentioned big IPO. Seems like a year ago or something. Seems like ARM was the last one, to be honest, in the US. Who knows? Yeah. Okay, I'll leave it there, and I'll have a little think. I think I could leave that technicals page there, but just double up on the the link page. Maybe that would be probably a wise thing to do, and do it that way, and then I feel like it's people who go via the technicals are not missing the technical side of it. Okay, cheers all. We'll see what tomorrow brings.